Each young lady has the responsibility to decide if she will use her beauty to attract attention to herself, or she'll use her beauty to attract attention to God, to something greater than herself. You know, I always give my daughters the picture of, if somebody looked at you, would they say, oh, she is so gorgeous, or would they say, if that's what God's like, I want to have some of that.
Wow.
I want that in my life.
That's wonderful.
And so that's kind of a picture of
where and when are these conferences? We need to know about this. We need to be attending and encouraging our kids
We don't have a local one scheduled right now, but there's going to be one in Toronto in October, and we're actually headed to Namibia, Africa in a month to be teaching in that country. The 5th highest occurrence of AIDS in Africa takes place there, and so we have some partners there. We'll be working with.
Is there anything online that any of these conferences that maybe are online?
Yes, everything that happens is online, so you can check the PurityWorks website to be able to find out what's taking place. And there is a book in the process of being written, a planned purity book that will explain the whole process. So those things are coming into being, but what I usually encourage people to do is to find ways to host a conference or host me as a speaker and to get that training and to invite more people to come. That's usually how conferences happen.
The other thing you have one is a book for boys too, little boys.
Yeah, it's so funny. After we had the girls' book come out and so many people just go crazy over the girls' book, we had moms come and say, what about my boy?
Yeah.
Because little boys, you know, you kind of put kiss on the front of a book and they don't want it on their bookshelf. So we did a dragon instead. That worked a lot better for the boys. But both of those books actually have study material that go with them. So you can go through lessons based on the story and even do a ceremony of blessing over a child, because we need those rites of passage, those milestones in children's lives so they can see how important this issue is and know all the aspects of it.
With tangible type things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember when our older daughter was about, I think it was for her 13th birthday, and we made a big deal about the purity thing and about committing her life to the Lord and trying to remain pure through marriage. We probably said at that time until marriage, but you know what, we were trying to get her to abstain from sex, and that was her heart's desire. And she was given a little ring to wear around her neck that she would eventually give her future husband. So Jennie, is that, what sort of milestones are you talking about in your book? Things that are tangible like that?
Very similar to that. In fact, available on our website is a necklace, a Princess Purity necklace that has a prayer box on it, and it's something that you can give at a point in a young lady's life to be a reminder. There's also a watch that goes with the boys' book that has a verse on purity inside it that a boy can keep with him as a reminder. And so we just encourage not only that through the things that we have on our website, but for people to connect with other purity organizations, because there are many people who have these things, like Dana Gresham, her organization, or any of the Pure Life, Pure Freedom. There's a number of groups, and wherever we need to get these things, we need to have them.
We absolutely need to.
But the key is starting early in life. Even when they're just...
And there's so many people who start later in life because they didn't know, and that doesn't mean they can't pursue purity successfully. You just have to start with the groundwork. You have to start with purity of heart. I compare it to an iceberg. The top of the iceberg is like sexual purity. We see that. It's right on top. But underneath the water is the purity of heart element. And if you want to sink the ship of immorality, you have to have the bottom of that iceberg in place. And that's what we're trying to help parents understand and teach.
One of the things that you've said, the byline, I guess, for the boys' book, The Squire and the Scroll, a tale of the rewards of a pure heart. What are some of the rewards that you can tell a boy, in particular, that he would be rewarded for having a pure heart?
Well, one of the pictures I use with a lot of teenagers is just the fact that they have a box that they will present to their spouse someday if they are married, and that box can contain whatever they want to save in it. They may save holding hands if they want to. They may save an actual first kiss. They may save the first time they have been seen as a couple together or walking on a beach together. There's so many things, but it's in their power to choose. And that's the reward, is whatever you have in that box. My personal testimony is that I was only technically a virgin when I married. So the only thing I had in that box was sexual intercourse. And I wish that I could have said that I had so many other things in that box, but they had all been given away. And so the reward of being able to offer that to a spouse and to enjoy everything in that box together, I think that's a very important piece of the puzzle.
Yes. Well, you know, in today's world that we're in today, that there's so much misinformation coming out in schools and, other places that we've got to start early and work with our teenagers all the way through.
Right,
Yes.
right. That's very important. And I think no matter where you start, you know, we have to remember that this is about grace. This is not about an ideal. The princess book, that story is kind of an ideal. And just because you blew it, you gave your first kiss away already, doesn't mean you can't start from right where you are, and that families can't start from right where they are, as long as they're starting with the foundation in place, to put the right things in place first. So we want to offer that encouragement to everyone, no matter where they've started, no matter where they've come from, that there is a way to pursue purity successfully.
But we need to get that website up there again for you viewers, for those of you who would like more information on PurityWorks. The website is www.purityworks.com. If you'd like more about Jennie Bishop, who wrote these 2 wonderful books, and more about her books, go to Jennie's website at Jennie, that's Jennie, Bishop.com. And that phone number, is this your phone number, Jennie, or would it be for the...
That's our office number.
That's your office number for PurityWorks. It's 407-792-8141. Viewers, we encourage you to get in contact with Jennie, with PurityWorks, to be able to encourage your children to have a chance, chance at purity, because it's something that needs to be a lifetime. As parenting, we have that obligation and that responsibility to teach this. And I'm appreciative of your tools here that you've given.
Well, thank you. It's been a joy to share them with you today.
Well, the good thing is you can start young, start adding other books that others have written too, and
absolutely
have these available for your teens and, well, the whole family to go
And families
through.
are so different. Each family needs to have an intentionality and know that there's something special in that parent for that child. That's why that child is in that household. It won't look for you like it does for the family down the street, but as long as you're intentional and really engaged with that child, you can really have a successful pursuit of purity going.